You're watching the V News Daily. Now the stories in brief.
Party General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng receives Communist Party of China delegation. Vietnam News Agency and Thailand's Public Relations Department boost cooperation. Tuyên Quang Province is completing a profile on Tan singing to submit to UNESCO for recognition as an intangible cultural heritage.
General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng received a delegation of the Communist Party of China led by a Politburo member, Liu Yinshan, in Hanoi on June 6th.
Liu, who is also Secretary of the Party Central Committee Secretariat and Director of the Popularization Department, is attending the theoretical workshop between the two parties. Trọng said he believes the workshop will enrich knowledge and theories on renovating model of economic growth towards sustainable development. He spoke highly of the outcomes of theoretical talks, saying that the exchange of information and experience in research is necessary and of significance to further develop ties between the two parties and nations. Liu said China holds a consistency policy of solving satisfactorily issues existed in the relationship with Vietnam, as well as boosting the development of the two parties and countries' ties in the coming time. He also described the development of mechanism for holding such workshops as the spotlight in cooperative ties between two parties. Liu said he believes cooperation between the two parties' popularization and education agencies will be expanded, actively contributing to bilateral relations.
On the same day, Deputy Prime Minister Nguyễn Thiện Nhân cut a ribbon to open the Kunming Import and Export Fair before concluding his visit to the Chinese province Yunnan.
The event drew as many as 100 Vietnamese businesses, which displayed their commodities at 250 booths, featuring high-quality furniture, fine arts, food, and agro products. Earlier on June 3rd, Nhân attended the fourth session of the joint working group between the Vietnamese border provinces of Lào Cai, Hà Giang, Lai Châu, and Điện Biên, and the Chinese province of Yunnan. Nhân met Lý Chi Khánh, governor of Yunnan province, on June 2nd. He proposed increasing contacts between leaders of Vietnamese provinces and Yunnan province to discuss measures to boost bilateral cooperation. He also called for enhanced cooperation in economics, trade and investment, especially investment in transport infrastructure, science, technology, sports, culture, tourism, education and training. Border provinces of both countries should coordinate to well implement 3 documents relating to land border and effectively fight cross-border crimes, helping maintain order and security in the two countries' border areas, Nhân said. In 2011, two-way trade between Vietnam and Yunnan rose 27.7% in 2011 to $1.21 billion. The number of visitors between the two countries reached about 250,000.
The Vietnam News Agency and Thailand's Public Relations Department confirmed their cooperation will help to boost ties between Vietnam and Thailand and the common goal of a strong ASEAN community in the future.
Vietnam News Agency General Director Nguyễn Đức Lợi and Public Relations Department General Director Therapong Sodasri held talks on June 6th in Ho Chi Minh City as part of the 9th session of the Joint Technical Committee of the two sides. They reviewed the extent of the cooperation, including the exchange of text contents and multimedia information, visits by reporters, and joint working when providing language training for reporters. Both leaders agreed to increase the frequency of information exchange and diversify the forms of text and multimedia information in the future, in addition to updating the kinds of cooperation in line with the development of the two sides. They pledged to support each other's reporters to work in each other's countries, so both agencies can access accurate, up-to-date and objective information on each other's political and social-cultural situation in the coming time. At the end of their talks, both leaders signed the minutes of the meeting and agreed to hold the 10th session of their Joint Technical Committee in Bangkok next year.
The Vietnam Prosperity Commercial Bank (VP Bank) presented a ceramic mosaic of the national flag to Trường Sa Island district in the central province of Khánh Hòa on June 6th.
The mosaic is 25 meters long, 12.4 meters wide, and weighs 3.5 tons. The nation's flag is made up of 310,000 ceramic pieces and will be placed on the roof of the island's conference hall. The work was designed by artist Nguyễn Thu Thủy and made by craftsmen in Ba Chang Pottery Village in Hanoi. Earlier, Vietnam's Guinness Book of Records recognized the ceramic national flag as the largest of its kind in the country. To mark the occasion, VP Bank has granted 15 scholarships for the relatives of soldiers stationed on Trường Sa Island.
Representatives from Vietnam's Ministry of Planning and Investment and the Republic of Korea's Ministry of Knowledge Economy met in Ho Chi Minh City on June 6th to discuss ways of improving the investment environment and boosting trade between the two countries.
Over the past 20 years, the Republic of Korea has been the second biggest foreign direct investor in Vietnam, with over 3,000 projects worth nearly $24 billion. Almost half of them are in the processing and manufacturing industries, followed by real estate and a host of other sectors. At present, Hanoi leads the nation in attracting FDI from the Republic of Korea. It is closely followed by Ho Chi Minh City and the southern provinces of Ba Rịa Vũng Tàu and Dong Nai. However, in the first 5 months of this year, the amount of FDI coming to Vietnam from the Republic of Korea has fallen to only 58 projects valued at almost $220 million. At the meeting, a representative from the Republic of Korea said Vietnam could become a partner with the potential for developing nuclear energy and supporting industries. The Vietnamese officials provided information about Vietnam's policy of strengthening the country's macroeconomy and the investment environment.
According to the Ministry of Industry and Trade, steel production reached almost 2 million tons in the first 5 months of this year, down by 198,000 tons from the same period last year.
In May alone, the amount of steel stockpiled was almost 320,000 tons. Along with the month-on-month drop in consumption, many firms are being forced to lower their prices by between 100,000 to 150,000 Vietnam dong a ton. The situation is attributed to a poor demand for steel from the construction industry, as many businesses are facing a shortage of capital for their construction projects. It is forecast that prices will not increase much. However, consumption is likely to be kick-started due to the support package recently announced for businesses. According to the Vietnam Steel Association, the steel sector will continue to face challenges because of the global and domestic economic slowdown. It said that the sector needs to cut production costs to raise its competitiveness and increase exports, which would help to take the pressure off domestic consumption.
Cultural authorities of the northwestern province of Tuyên Quang are completing a profile on Hát Then, also known as Then singing, to submit to the UNESCO for its recognition as an intangible cultural heritage.
Then singing is typical of the Tây and Nung ethnic groups living mainly in the northwest and is presented at important events of the community. Then melodies consist of several stanzas accompanied by a tiếng tàu, a 2 or 3 stringed instrument. The Provincial Culture, Sports and Tourism Department Director Nguyễn Việt Thanh said a profile of the art form is expected to be completed by the end of this year. It will be submitted to the Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism before being sent to the UN Cultural Agency. At the moment, there are 2 veteran Then singers in Tuyên Quang who can remember the old melodies, including those sang in the cấp sắc ceremony, a ritual to recognize a new shaman, Then Kỳ Yên, songs to pray for luck, and those sang on festive occasions. In order to promote the art form, the province has set up cultural tourism villages to give people access to this cultural specialty.
We have come to the end of today's program. Thanks for watching.